Indeed, greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you so much for joining me again on another video, another moment, another experience, another bit of time we get to share. I couldn't even start to describe how grateful I am to be sharing this time with you today. Thank you, friend, for joining me here. We'll have some bells and maybe some whistles coming from Kiki. Oh, what a character. I feel like she's gone through some sort of shift, weirdly enough. Like she was one way, if you will, when she was a baby, and then she went into like her little bit of a teenage phase, and now she's the way that she is right now, and I just love her so much. Good day, my friend. How is your Monday treating you? My Monday is treating me so well, actually, Yader. I could say I got some bad news, but it's only bad news as far as the thing that I was hoping for is related. It's not bad news on a grand scale, if you will. It's like I got the news that it was visual news. Like you had to kind of see it to get this news. And when I saw the news, if you will, I was like, ah, shucks. But I've not been worried about it, at least. I've still been so happy. I hope that you're happy as well, Yader. How are you doing, my friend? Do you have any plans? Made alive, finally. You did, Java. It's so nice to have you here, my friend. Oh, we have Edmund as well. Thank you so much for joining me. Dry historian. Thank you for sharing this space with us as well. I appreciate you, friends. How have you been, Java? How have you been, Edmund? And how have you been, Dry historian, my friends? Edmund, you have been missed. I was thinking the exact same thing, Yader. I was like, damn, I hope Edmund... Like, what was the last time, actually, Edmund? On your girlfriend's birthday? Was it that long ago? It can't have been that long ago. I don't think so. I have missed you as well, though. How did that go, actually? I don't know if you know. But on her birthday, it was Arpan's birthday as well. And I did like a little bit of a birthday dance, if you will, for Arpan. And I was thinking to myself as well, like, I'm doing a birthday dance for Edmund's girlfriend as well now. And then someone happened to have had their birthday inside of the stream that day as well. So it was this very synchronous event. Hey peeps, hey Talia. It's so nice to have you here, my friend. How have you been? Are you back at university? I think you are, right? You might be like officially back at university if you follow the same kind of schedule that we do here in South Africa. I'm doing well, thanks for asking. About to start this work week once again. How are you feeling about it? Is there going to be a lot of meetings? Like I feel like that is one of your major job descriptions, Yader. It has to be in meetings. I feel like you have told me what the meetings are about, and yet I still want to ask more. I want to be inquisitive of these meetings. I haven't been in too many meetings in my life that I really think about it. Maybe like 5. And every single time I found myself in one of those meetings, I kind of just had this sense of, this could have been an SMS. I felt every time I'm like, couldn't we just get all of this information through like a message, and then we could actually refer back to this information? But that was just me. Stopping by to share some love, and gotta run back to the work, but I love all of you, and we love you, Jovan. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Jy's fail, Kiki! Jy's fail! I was actually thinking about you today, Jovan. Thank you for joining me, if even for a second. I hope that work goes well. She's bringing me her rope again. This is what I'm dealing with. You want me to throw it? There, go get it. Go get it. Go get her. Okay, like I want to say something worth saying before we get really into the stream, just so I don't completely forget. I'm happy that we didn't end up cutting this piece of plastic off. My dad wanted us to cut this piece of rubber off because he wasn't having a fun time biting onto it. He doesn't care too much anymore. This freaking demon. Okay, something worth saying. Ooh. When the teeny ray becomes aware of the whole, he becomes awakened. So quick, so fleeting, already gone. Can I remember it? It's already gone. Goodness. When the teeny ray becomes aware of the whole, he becomes awakened. That's the same analogy for enlightenment as well, technically. Not so much the fact that you gain something externally from you that gives you this enlightenment, but the realization of the whole, and you as a ray from that whole. Like if everything that exists can be seen as one giant sphere that is the sun, for example, and the energy permeating from this sphere of energy, if you will, like it's this little wave function, and you are that wave function, that tiny ray that becomes aware of the whole, and it's bond with that. Every person is an infinite field of consciousness. Our mind fields touch each other throughout all dimensions. Man, like that. Sometimes I'll read stuff like that and it'll kind of get me to this point. I don't know if it's feelings of humble or being humble, or if it's feelings of being defeated, or things get put into a perspective that kind of make me feel in some sort of way. I don't exactly know how to explain it, but I'm definitely there right now. I'm happy that you friends can share this space with me. I'm getting ready for the first day of the semester of college. I'm stressed. You got this, Dry. You got this, my friend. I mean, it's going to be a new adventure you're going on, right? None of us know how to do something for the first time unless we just do it. You got this. You completely got this, Dry. I hope you have an absolutely amazing first day, my friend. I've been up and down, but trying to be okay. Trying to be okay. Like that's the thing that stands out to me. Like the ups and downs I feel is inevitable. But the trying to be okay regardless of the ups and downs, that is not so inevitable. That has to be a choice, and it makes me happy that you're making that choice. You want to join me on my lap? You're dirty. You're a dirty daughter. She's like looking at her toy. I think she just clicked, yeah, as she left. Good afternoon, Mel. Hey, Edmund. Hey, Naughty. It's nice to have you here again, friend. It's been a while. Thank you for joining us. Either last Monday or Tuesday was the last stream I caught. That is so awesome. We definitely felt the energy. Her birthday was a fantastic day. I'm so happy to hear that, Edmund. That really brings joy to my heart. We're having a semester holiday at the moment, but we still have to study for our second wave of exams. That's all right though. I mean, if you can balance it properly and you don't really leave it for the last bit of time, then it is going to be okay. She's like bringing this to me and then pushing it against my leg, like yes, do the thing, you know I like you doing, you know, do this thing, yes. She wants me to throw it, like she's just trying to make it so that I think that she doesn't want me to throw it by holding onto it. And then she clicks that if she's gonna keep holding on to it, I won't actually throw it. And she's like, okay, maybe I'll show him again just how much I want it and how much I don't want him throwing it, so that he tries with his own divinity to throw it as a retaliation. Am I reading too much into it? Maybe, but she does want me to throw it. Oh, she didn't pay attention to where I threw it to. This isn't my fault, is it? I don't think it's my fault. Go soek. Ga soek hulle. Waar is hy? Ek het hom gegooi daartoe. Check, kom ek het hom hier toe gegooi. Dis daartoe. Daar. She's so confused. She's like walking in circles now. She's like, where did it go? Where did you put it? I tossed it in that direction. Yeah. You're getting hotter. Yeah, cold again. What did you do last week? Okay, whoa. Are you asking me, Talia? I'm curious. Electronic ad, thank you for the silver, my friend. Are you a member of the Oregano Club? Oregano, as in people that smoke weed, I'm guessing, is what you're getting at. And I think I would say yes, if you will, friend. I do kind of like myself some oregano every now and then. How about you, friend? You know nothing just now. Do any of us know anything? Really? Really? I don't think so. I mean, like, we can know some things, at least about our immediate lives and our relationship to that. But if you take things to different scales, where the relationships of our lives make no longer sense, you know, by looking up the relationship of the planets to the sun, for example, or the sun to the Milky Way, or the Milky Way to the rest of space, then our understanding of things kind of fall apart and crumble into pieces. What we can understand, though, and this is something I'm trying to make a real part of my life, is that love is true. You know, it's not that complicated, and yet it is something that I see so lacking in the world nonetheless. Love is true, friends. That's one thing you can bet on, and I hope you do, friend. Please believe that love is true. Go and teach the world that love is true through your own doings as well. Be it in whatever job you find yourself, whatever situation. Ask yourself, how could love be true in this situation, and do whatever it is you feel is right. You got this, friend. Believe in yourself. You're the Aussie version of Chris Pratt before he was famous. I'm more South African version, but thank you, friend. What are you on? I did have some of an edible, like half an edible. So, and I'm drinking water, friend. What am I drinking water for? Community. Thank you for joining me, friends. This is cool. What country are you in? I live in South Africa, friend. Oregano Club. Do you pronounce it Oregano or Oregano? I guess it seems the E one. Oregano, not Oregano. How do you fight the rise of fascism? I think empathy. Empathy is how you fight the rise of fascism. I made it! Here you are, Marcel! Dankie dat jy my hier so join. So, Light Matters 789, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say, but is one of my actual personal friends that I've met and I've had adventures with. He's an absolutely wonderful friend. I'm so sorry that I might be actually behind it. It's going to be one of those days again. Dear Diary, we took some edibles and went to the aquarium. Went and had Mediterranean food for lunch. Went and got another piercing in her ear shop. Then had Korean barbecue for dinner. That sounds like an absolute amazing adventure as well, Edmund. I don't think I've ever had Korean barbecue. Korean barbecue is where you basically barbecue your stuff yourself, right? I've had something similar to that, but I'm not sure if it was called a Korean barbecue. Or is the Korean barbecue the one where the dude is standing on the other side cooking for you? I don't know, I can't remember. Hey there, Light. Oh, how are you shining today? I'm so happy that you're also reaching out, my friend. Thank you for saying that, Leah. How did you know that is a special soul? Greetings, Mel. Greetings to you, She. Teeny Ray, we're all Teeny Rays, friend. Small beams of light from the ultimate source that is the thing that connects us, friend. And you can either completely and, you know, utterly identify with being the tiny thing, or you can identify with being a part of something that is so much larger than yourself. Knowing that your part in this larger self affects the parts of the others around you as well. And that's where you truly gain a sense of clarity as to what it is you have to do in this world. Sounds beautiful, Edmund. It really does. Yeah, I am in meetings most of the time. I am a software architect, so lots of communication on how to build and integrate things. That makes perfect sense, Yater. Yeah, especially so. Software architecture. Man, and the bigger it gets, the more complicated it gets. So the more meetings you have to kind of sort through the complicated nature of things. Whereas where you're developing software yourself, you can kind of do it in some sort of linear way. But as soon as you have a team that big, you have to start to spread out the workloads in a proper way. That sounds lovely. It really does, right? Love you too, Ben. Thank you, friend. I am a black hole. Oh, that's creepy. Creative Earth. I mean, there's like some weird theories that say that we could be living on like the edge of a black hole, like as our universe or a part of our existence gets absorbed into a black hole and it spreads out infinitely thin as a layer of that black hole, we could be existing within inside of that layer in the black hole. It's too much. Thank you for the silver, friend. I appreciate that. Doing good, thanks. Hope you're all rocking it today. I'm really rocking it, my friend. I'm happy that you're doing well as well. FSK gang. I'm not sure what that means. What does that does sound awesome. Face the sun so it's not ruining the picture. I'm really okay. Like, I definitely, you know, with some sort of intention, made sure not to be facing the sun. I mean, it's not ruining it. It's not unwatchable, but I think it's gonna be hard for me to focus properly if the sun is just like blazing in my eyeballs. Oh, thank you for the hugs, friend. It absolutely was wonderful and worth it to see and feel all day. I can only imagine, dude. And like being able to do something like that just for someone else as well, to dedicate a day to someone else in a loving way, in a way that you can spend time with one another, where you don't have these distractions of life almost. It's a day where you can feel larger than life. And it's something that's so counterintuitive as well, because like birthdays is not something that I assign too much value in my own life to anymore. Because it used to be a thing that I would be like, oh yeah, it's my birthday, these certain things need to happen as a result of it being my birthday. And then going to a place where I didn't have my family around and didn't have friends around to like celebrate my 21st and 22nd birthday, I had to kind of come to a new understanding as to how I value the interactions I have on my birthday and how I kind of think just about myself in that birthday. That being said, all of those things being said, it still is nice, you know, to have a birthday celebration. It's literally a celebration of you just being. Like from this day onwards, you started to be, and you've made a whole ass revolution around the sun, and you're still making revolutions around the sun. Hip hip hooray, you. And hip hip hooray you now as well, friend. It doesn't have to be your birthday for you to be celebrated. Thank you for being here with us, Dar Zombies. I hope you're doing well, friend. Do tell us how you're doing. How are you feeling? How are things in Texas? You must not be in lockdown. Oh, you would consider me to be in lockdown, friend. I've only seen Civilization maybe like twice this year or something. Reminds me of the Buddhist idea of form and substance. We believe everything is void and substance because, you know, no form ever stays the same, always changing. Very much so. Very, very much so. And we are that flux in a way as well. We are that which is changing. Maybe slowly, but surely. I don't know. Thank you for the helpful friend. The vaccine? The vaccine, friend, yes. Question mark, the vaccine. I have nothing to say about it. Dog is sitting here next to me. I don't know if you can see her. Maybe like a piece of her. She's just chilling. Face the sun. I'm really okay, friend. I'm really okay. I'm feeling anxious. Can you relieve my stress? My friend, we're here to relieve our stress. All you need to do is breathe, you know. And you can breathe in so many different ways as well. That's the trippiest part about it. You can breathe as a reflex, you know, as your instincts basically breathes you. You can breathe focusing on this inner nasal part of your nose, feeling the air rush past that. You can breathe as an expression of feeling your abdomen fill up and collapse again. But for me, one of the ways that I've been really enjoying breathing, and it's actually a way of thinking that a friend introduced to me called Christian. And he said to me that breathing, and every single time that you do breathe, it is in fact you choosing to live. Because if you didn't want to live, if you wanted to like stop the anxiety in such a totality that it would never be able to affect you again, you would just cease to breathe. And the fact that you're not breathing means that, you know, there's somewhere within you that you still have this want to live. And instead of just kind of letting this want to live be the thing that controls you, if you will, you can take a step further and breathe with the intention of living. If you feel anxious, if you feel stressful, breathe and focus on your breath with the intent of living. Remind yourself that every single breath that you take, you are equipping yourself with that which you need to continue living. And it helps me, at least, with my stressful responses. It's so nice being here with you, but duty calls. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, Jovan, for sharing this space with us, even for a second. Without ups and downs, we wouldn't see the marvelous mountains and fantastic valleys that leave us breathless. That's beautifully put, friend. I couldn't put it perfectly. Or that perfectly myself, rather. Turn around. Turn around. Turn your ass back around. Have a great day. Thank you so much. You will survive, absolutely. I'm sure as well. Hey to you, Washanik. Thank you for joining us. Good morning to you, Dragonborn again. Thank you for joining us as well. Zelius, it's been a while, friend. It's been around. It will help us. Are you the guy from Game of Thrones, the one and only, friend? This is the subplot where Jon Snow, instead of continuing to fight on the wall, he was like, nah, and then just kind of retreated to a farm somewhere that was super dry and then proceeded to smoke weed instead of fighting the White Walkers. Cheers to the sub story. I'll have to live it out and see where it takes me. You're a legend, mate. Thank you. I appreciate your love, friend. You too. Relax, chill on the dog, and focus, my good sir. Do a fart. I don't have one right now. Sorry, friend. Do something. Stop talking. Start doing. You're talking right now as well. Are you doing something instead of talking, friend? Could you be doing more instead of commenting exactly that? Excellent, my man. You too, Black. Thank you. Bro, this guy fucking slaps. That's bait. Thank you, as always, right? I appreciate your slaps comments. I don't know why. I don't even know what it means, but I still love him. Are you in Italy? No, in South Africa. Shima Queen. So many here today. It is that way sometimes, Edmund. It was an absolute blessing. Weirdly enough, I look at this shirt today, and I'm like, this shirt sometimes has these vibes around it. And I haven't worn it in like 10 days. It's red and black. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna freaking wear you shirt. And then I did. And it just, yeah, sometimes it brings weird energy with it. I'm happy that we had this time with each other today. What do we do? Winter is coming. Man. We don't stand a chance is the thing. If White Walkers really were a thing, and their powers have the extent that they do, and like, I mean, they would be intelligent enough to survive for the thousands of years they have, so I don't really think they would have been killed in the way that they got killed, if you will. But that means every single thing that has died and has some sort of remaining, you know, body tissue, be it even bones, can just become one of their warriors. Like, it's one thing to have these massive human-esque monsters chasing you, or like horses or mammoths. But imagine rats, dude. Oh goodness, just zombie rats. No, please stop imagining it, dude. It's horrible. Yeah, no, no White Walkers, please greet my grandma. Her name is Madonna Triona. Hello, Miss Madonna Triona. Thank you for being such a loving mom, loving grandma to this beautiful Zelius friend we have here. You are loved, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Magopo! Thank you so much for your love as well. Are you in Australia? No, I'm not. Are you going to cut your hair? No, I'm not. What do you study? That's a good question, friend. A little bit of everything. All of the time. Do you know? Nothing, Jon Snow. I know. Dogs are the best. They really are. Thank you for joining us again, Wombat. Because I constantly want to end my life. That is how I know I am alive. I don't know if you can see this even. Are you comfortable? Mush, 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 mush. Who are you? Very little in profile. I am your mirror, my friend, if anything. Everything that you see in me because you have it within you as well. I don't need anything else in the profile. Love is true, Snoo. I'm so happy that you can say that as well. Love is a fabricate, it's a human fabricate. Okay, yes, let's settle into this. Love is a human fabrication. Man wasn't meant to stick to one person. It's a hard endeavor, but it's worth the effort. So my friend, I feel the fact that you only associate love with the act of being subservient to one other person in a monogamous way is already, you know, confusion number one. I don't have to be committed to that tree to love it. In the same way that I don't have to be committed to you to love you, Black Label. The love that I'm talking about is one that transcends all. Literally a dimensionless love. A love that is so present that it is, you know, very much source and substance of everything that we are. And we are a part of that love. It's a giving energy that permeates everything and almost is like a base substrate for things to grow upon, if anything. Love is true in that way, friend. And it's ever present. Water is very much life indeed. Thank you for the helpful friend. Dude, you're so positive. I love watching your stream and I love hearing stuff like that. Thank you. That's exactly why we do this. Sharing positivity with one another is such a blessed experience. Like why would we want to do anything else? We have so much hatred and so much disconnection and so much just nonsense out in the world right now, constantly being forced down our throats. If we can take some time to spend some time in a place that we know love is true, in a place that we can be positive and kind to one another, why would we not want that? Please say hello to my mom. I've already said hi, friend. I've done it. It's been done. Love and monogamy are not the same thing. Yes, monogamy, monogamy is a construct of society. Love is something you would feel regardless if anyone told you it exists or not. Yes, perfectly put, Snoo. Perfectly put. And that love, when you feel that love, whether or not someone wants to, you know, tell you about it or not, you'll want to tell people about it. That's the real trippy part. Like, someone doesn't have to tell you what love is, because when you experience love, you're the one that wants to share that love. You're the one that has this almost like compelling, overflowing need. Like you'll be like, oh goodness, there's all this overflowing. Let me get some cups to, oh, I don't want to waste any of it. And that is literally what the act of sharing is, friend. Like you're literally filling each other's cups by having such an abundance of love for one another. You're a hippie boot. Ja, ek is. Oh, natuurlijk. Oh, thank you for the silver, friend. True blood. Oh, hey, light matters. Thank you, my friend. Been a while. Good to see you, mate. It's good to see you as well. Leave it to the beavers. How have you been? Where have you been? How's life been treating you? How do you get through how do you get through life looking like Kit Harington? Oh, it's difficult, friend. I suffer every single day knowing that there's a potential for me to be called Kit Harington on the stream again. And I still drag myself out of the bed, still brush my teeth. Oh, woe is me. Someone is maybe gonna call me Kit Harington. No, dude, it's not something that bothers me. I'm happy you like the shirt, friend. Bro, hello to you, Space Wolf. Of course you are. Thanks for the shout out, mate. Thank you, man. Thank you. He looks more like Heath Ledger to me. Yeah, Heath Ledger. Oh, Kit Harington. Oh, Chris Hemsworth. Oh, Chris Pontius. Who else? Who else have been mentioned? Weird Al. And to me, yes, here I am. I have absorbed all of their essences. You'll never see them in movies again because they're me now. Love your shirt, dude. I'm happy you appreciate it as well. Just looking at you made me happy. Look some more, friend. Be happy. Take that happiness to someone else and make them happy as well. You're adorable. New hippie type internet friend. Thank you, silly. I appreciate the love you share. Kan jy Afrikaans praat? Ja, ek kan Afrikaans praat, my vriend. Kit Harington. Heath Harington, yes. Asian food in general is the best. The ultimate stoner is back. I've been here the whole time, Crab. I stream every day, friend. Ceaseless, you know. Creation is ceaseless, and I'm just trying to, in my own small human way, to take a part of that ceaseless creation. Chris Pratt one as well. Thank you for the hugs, Ty. I appreciate it. Take a drag. Sending my love, Mel. I sadly have to work, so I won't be joining you today. It's completely okay. Take a drag. You are appreciated, if even for a second, and love is being sent your way, even when you're not here. Korean barbecue was similar to American barbecue, but some stuff is quite a bit spicier. I don't mind spicy that much. I'm all the way for spicy, but that sounds like not like a fun time. What's up, Jamie Foy? I've never had the Jamie Foy one, so yeah, stongs. We have to add it to the list. Yes, you cook it yourself. It was so good. I'd share some photos on the dinner and aquarium in the Discord. Please do it, man. I would love to see, my friend. Please do. How much you bench? Such a weird question. The most I've benched, or at least the last time that I used to bench, like the heaviest I got, and I thought I was kind of impressive in doing so, was like 40 kilograms per arm, like, you know, dumbbells instead of just bench pressing. So 40 kilograms is like 90 pounds an arm, and I was like, yeah. And now it's just stupid, dude. Because if there's a being, you know, that just happens to have double my muscle tensile strength, for example, it would just, and half my size, it would be able to bench the same amount as me. So it's arbitrary. I lift X amount of weight to show the Doge. She's doing her own thing right now. Damn, son. Yeah, at least it should be a little bit more chilled now. Let's do this. High AF. I mean, I ate half an edible, so I'm just high, not AF high. Do you think you were a philosopher or a guru? I would associate, or what's the correct word, align more with the word philosopher than guru, because I feel guru has this connotation of pretending to know something that others don't, where philosophy and the philosopher, if you will, has this open mind of just discussion. That's what it's about. This is a place to discuss and to feel with one another. What you do, I'm at service of people, friend. You look like a hippie party boy from Jackass. Thank you so much, friend. I appreciate that. Hello to you, Davey. Thank you for joining us. Weird Al guy seems like the most friendly being alive. I'm trying to, Alex. Actively trying to be as friendly as we can be. You know, I've tried being an absolute asshole, and it wasn't serving me. So maybe being friendly will. I mean, that's like me kind of tongue-in-cheek saying that we all change, and I came from an extreme depressive state of existence that was depressive at the same time as it was pompous, you know, like, yeah, I'm depressed and also better than you. And it wasn't something that was serving me. And yeah, like, unfortunately, being happy, being uplifting, not only for my own soul but for the souls of others, is something that is uplifting. Guys, because of the energy around me, you are definitely enjoying life. It makes me happy. Thank you for enjoying life with me, Eastern Ad. This is what it's about. Nate, greetings and eternal blessings to all. Thank you so much for joining us, Nate. Nate, did you know every single time I say the word eternal blessings to another friend now, I think about you? Like, you're the one that kind of brought that to my attention, thinking about eternal blessings. Whatever you think of as a blessing, it just eternally flows forward into your life. Oh, where are you in Game of Thrones? No. Hippie Chris Pontius, I think we have every single one of them now. You know nothing, man, I know. So many new faces today. I love you all. Welcome to one of the best places on the internet. Thank you for the welcoming. Yader, I appreciate that as well. You sound like you're a follower of John Donay's meditation. I don't even know if I said his name correctly. I don't know who that is, friend, unfortunately. Hello, black holes terrify me, but they're fascinating, very much so. You look like Thor. There we go. We got the Chris Hemsworth on as well. Very pleasant smile. All those theories, holy crap, so many of them. The awkward moment when you realize you're in the Matrix. How are you? I'm doing so well, friend. How are you doing? Meditation. Big fan of yours as well, Washik. This is why we're here, friend. You're not a fan, you're a friend. We're all friends here. Thank you for the love and for the gold you're sharing with me as well. Emmer. Yes. You are the energy, bro. We're all the energy, friend. It's just an alignment / attunement to that energy. Being open to it and taking it in fully. You need a haircut. Booty Nia. Oh, ek sal jou fight. Kan nie my hare sny nie. You're right? Okay, honey. I'm from Brazil. I'm using Google Translator, okay? That's completely okay, Davey. As long as you can communicate with us, we'll communicate with you. Indeed, where you from? You almost sound South African. On point there, Mr. PhD. Laggy, a bit behind, by the way. Ja, 18 minute. Ek weet. Dis maar hoe dit gebeur baie keer as ons is baie conferences. Ongelukkig. Your hair is beautiful. Thank you, Washik. It grows this way right out of my head. From Brazil. Do you believe in the Boltzmann brain? Boltzmann brain. I don't know what that is. Like, I wish if someone just asked like some question like that. I know it kind of indicates that I have some sort of understanding about Boltzmann brain. If you can just say that, and I can kind of reply to you in a educated way. But more often than not, these terms, especially when it's just a term like Boltzmann's brain, if you give me, do you believe in Boltzmann's brain? You know, double point, what do you call those things? Apostrophe? I'm bad at English, so it's not my first language. Anyway, a Boltzmann brain, and then a small definition. Then I'd be able to actually, like, or right on the spot answer you. Good call, I think it sounds like it, very much so. No freaking idea how to get the video up to date. It's me. It's me, might as well. It's me, dude. I'm the one that's lagging behind because I'm trying to catch up to comments. Where'd you get your degree? PhD in shit posting, lol. Oh, why, bro? Stop blabbering, please. Show us a trick or something. Okay, dude. Trick shown. That's a beautiful explanation of a birthday. The most wholesome I've ever heard. I'm happy that you could think that, actually, Talia. I hope that you think of your birthday in that way as well, and of other people's birthday in that way from now on. You should celebrate your life every day, IMO. You might not be here tomorrow, or your life could change dramatically. Thank you so much for saying that as well. I couldn't agree more. Dry, wise wisdom, very much so. How was your life in Winterfell? New Zealand loves you too, bro. Love you, cats. Thank you, friends. Germany loves you too. I love your energy, and I love you, Munbat. Thank you for joining us here today, friend. Love you, sequel. Saw you on Reddit, a chart. Whoa. Saw on Reddit a chart of countries that practice a male mutilation. South Africa is 44.7% circumcised. I am the USA, and I am an anteater. Your thoughts? Like, whoa, what a trip of a message that is. I actually, weirdly enough, and it's so weird to me that you would ask something like that and ask me if I have thoughts on that, because I recently thought about that again, and it was, man, how comfortable am I sharing weird stuff with you friends? I'm kind of comfortable sharing weird stuff with you friends, so I'll do it in any way. We're all humans, right? We talk about weird stuff sometimes, but like the last time me and my friends were chilling together, and we were in a pretty deep and molten mindset, if you will, I brought up that question as well, you know, the fact that circumcision still is a thing, and how circumcision stays a thing, or became a thing, as a means to discourage boys from having any means to self-pleasuring, if you will. And I know this is a weird thing to talk about, but it's human, right? We're all human beings here. And then how, because of basically that happening and people growing up in that way, it became something that was almost the norm. And then it became this thing from, oh, well, it's like that for me, so it's going to be like that for my son, and it's going to be like that for his son, and then it like kind of just continues on like that. And the question wasn't so much that I asked in that moment why it is they're circumcising their kids, but how it is we can kind of break people out of these patterns that they fall into, where they have experienced something in life, they have consolidated that experience as normal, and then they force those experiences onto the next generations. Like, that was the thing that I was really kind of trying to get at and asking that question as well, because it was something that confuses me. You know, why do that? Like, I'm just thinking into myself, like being this new little being coming into the world and then having someone chop a piece of my dick off. Like, that is just so hectic. Why do that to me? Like, I'm like, oh wow, Earth. Yeah, it's weird. It really is weird. That's my thoughts on it, friend. I don't know why that's still a thing. I'd be your thank you, friend. Love you all. Love you, infamous one. Thank you for being here with us, friend. How have you been? If you're gonna be here for a while, that is. Love you too, infamous. Your light is shining bright. A hidden doggo indeed, mistress of prophecy. So pretty, the sweetest kiki. South Africa here, and also an anteater. How many anteaters do we have? Does anteater mean something that I don't know? Or are you just an actual anteater that has gained the ability to use modern technology? If you can, then I would love to have a conversation. I don't know if you can talk, but I'd be okay with like having a podcast over text. It might be a little bit slow, but I'd be down. You know? First ever podcast with Anteater. I'm jokingly saying that now, but I'm thinking into the reality of, like, they already have Neuralinks in pigs, and we can kind of get snout data because we have it kind of aligned to the snout sensor area. There has to be, I don't think there is actually, because we do have a part in our brain that is dedicated to language that is larger in our brains than it is in any other mammal. But maybe some arbitrary, very basic communication would be possible between species. Definitely with dolphins. Ooh. I was going to say the internet's going to be weird, but the world is going to be weird in the future, friends. Never said hi to you, Leah, but it's great seeing you in the stream again. It really is. Leah has been showing up a little bit more recently, and it's been such a blessing having her here again. Hey friends, hope everyone is having a terrific day. If not, know the rough waters will eventually subside, and it will be smooth sailing for you soon. Thank you so much for reminding us of that as well, Charles. I appreciate you sharing the space with us. I hope you're doing well, friend. I hope you and the kids and your significant other are all happy and thriving. Toasty, my beloved friend. Thank you for joining us as well. How have you been? You're all a blessing. No you. This guy is pure positive energy. I think I can feel some of the black from my icy cold heart wearing off. Yes, let it melt. Let it melt off of you, friend. Don't hold on to it. That's not what you are. You're the thing underlying all of it. Literally all of it. Underlying your body, underlying your thoughts, underlying your experiences, underlying your environment. You are. You don't have to do anything, you don't have to earn anything, you don't have to feel unworthy of anything, because you already are, my friend. Know that to be true. That's true. That's the goal of that scientist, the positivity within you as well. Yes. I love it so much. Would to talk to you. Would like to talk to you, maybe is what you meant to say. Like we were talking right now, friend. We must be you must be pregos. Toasty. I'm trying to like find within all of the information we've shared, like trying to pull it back out. Like I've already processed it, but was I talking about being pregnant? Pregnant? Pregnate? Pregano? We light each other up and share our light with the world. That is exactly what we do. So I mean, we don't have as many friends here anymore. I mean, we still have a lot of friends here. So to you friends wondering what that is about, I think of what we're doing here, and especially so the fact that I've decided to do this every single day, as something that I call fire keeping, where this positive energy, this loving feeling for one another, this community, this connection, I think of it as this, you know, fire. And sometimes I'll be here with my torch and my fire will be like just like barely getting along, and one of you friends will show up and, you know, share some of your fire with me, and then I'll be like, it'll be burning a little bit brighter, and then another friend, you know, share some more fire with me, and that flame becomes bigger and bigger, and it's almost like we're all collectively bringing our torches together in this space, and then being able to take this abundance of love and care and understanding and compassion that we share here back and take it into the world. And it makes me so happy that I can do that with you friends. You are so loved. We are absolutely bringing love and light into the world. Thank you, Yader, for saying that as well, friend, for reminding me of that. What is a software architect, code writer, or the one who tells code writers what to do? I'd let Yader answer that question. It can be both, really, but you are more effective if you can communicate what to code without coding yourself. I feel as soon as you get into coding yourself as well, it becomes even more difficult, because you're going to not only expect people to do certain things, but you're also going to be expecting them to do certain things while it falls into line with your code. So there's going to be like that extra layer of micromanage or macro management, both actually, and it's just going to be super toxic. So I agree completely, Yader. It's better that you do one or the other. What to do. Say my name. Priyanshi? I don't know if that is something, like I'm always wary of getting trolled by saying something I'm not supposed to say. I think it's happened twice. Freaking, and I'm a good sport about it as well. I'm more than happy to get trolled, but only if I get trolled and I didn't know I get trolled. Hey bro, how you doing? I'm doing well, Brand. How are you feeling, my friend? How's life been treating you? What have you learned recently, friend? What have you learned recently that you would like to teach me? Oh no, my smiley won't work. Meh, it's okay. It's okay, Thalia. Have you considered taking a Sober October challenge, wanting to see you stream clean and sober? Yes, I'm actually going to do that, friend. I'm actually going to do that. Please let me log on. That is the plan. I'm going to be, and I do stream sober frequently as well. Thank you for letting him know, Edmund. I do appreciate that. But like the point for me is that I've already said on stream as well that Sober October is going to be a thing, and I feel like I want to go as far as to even cut sugar out, because sugar has dopaministic, that's probably the wrong way of saying it, effect on your brain. It's like taking cocaine, you know, your brain is like but so no, I'm gonna have to cut sugar out as well, including caffeine. So I think it's gonna be an interesting month. I look forward to it. Where in South Africa are you? In Mpumalanga/Limpopo area, my friend. Just listening to you for a while, my heart was so happy to listen to you. When your dog was giving you love kisses, it brought a flood of happiness from within, as my Jackie boy would do the same. Makes being alive more beautiful. Love life for a while, if anything, or at least for this moment. Thank you for saying that as well, Left Cranberry. Your message got cut short, friend, but it makes me so happy to know that you're being made happy, friend. This is literally why I'm doing this, just to be able to bring some happiness, some smiles into the world. I asked for one, and I think I got maybe two. So I'm happy. I'm satisfied. Get a job, hippie. No, not right now. We did hit the front page for a bit, Toasty. It was a blessed time. How are you, Maine? He did indeed hit the front pages earlier. It makes sense. I saw 7K at one point. Damn, that's a lot of people. Like, it's the trippy part about, you know, going front page is the fact that in a single day, I get to have some sort of interaction with more people than one, I've met in my entire life, and two, that I would have the potential to meeting in my entire life, and three, that is probably in like a 30-kilometer range from me as well. Like our entire town maybe has like 10,000 people. So like on one front page day, we could go up to like 150,000 individuals time shared with. And that's just like boggling. Like imagining all of the people in my local small town times 15 gathered in a single space to share a single moment with one another. That is just, it's a bit much to wrap your head around. And the only thing that I can hope in doing something like that is that there is love being brought into that moment. You know, like that is the thing I'm most concerned with. Like if that is something that's going to happen, then what is my responsibility in that moment? I'm good, brother. Feeling really off today. And I start school. I'm at work right now. How are you, my guy? Toasty Malosty. Dude! Freaking love you so much, man. Like you don't know yet. Maybe you do. But I actually typed the podcast message for you last night or yesterday. You know, like Toasty reached out to me and he told me he kind of appreciates the little messages and the music before the podcasts officially start. And yesterday I had to record and edit the video again. And with that knowing and with Toasty reaching out to me about that, I actually had a little bit of a message that I felt Toasty would resonate with. I'm not going to tell you, Toasty, but now you have to go look for it. Smoking weed today, champ? No, I'm not. I'm not actually Young Grass. And how have you been, friend? It's been a while. Young Don, pronounced Young Dun, wrote the poem Meditation that begins, "No man is just an island entire of itself," and is a great philosophy. That is so true. You know, and I love that as well. And I do hold that very close to my heart as well. Because, you know, I don't necessarily think of it as no man is an island entire of itself. I think of it, you can just kind of think of your individual body. And then you can think of taking your individual body out from this plane of earth that we call it, and just having earth here and you in a blank area of space next to it. Earth is going to continue thriving and having life on it for as long as it continues. And it also wouldn't have life if it wasn't for this, you know, ball of light illuminating it. And this ball of light also wouldn't have light or life if it wasn't for the stuff that preceded that. So taking yourself out of this system, out of this unity, you instantly cease to be, or cease to be in like the next 3 minutes. So in that knowing, we quite literally are a part of a whole. You know, the very air I breathe and breathe out is being absorbed and given to me by the trees around me. Like there is no point at which it becomes more me or less me as I'm continually breathing into this environment. And that's why each and every single one of us has an effect on this whole, because we're a part of this whole. We're, what do you call it? Variables. And we're important variables. Otherwise we wouldn't be here. If you want to think of it as an assimilation theory, we would require processing power to be. So in that way we have some sort of weight. Having weight in programming languages means you have value. So even if we're in a simulation, you are more valuable than the other things in the simulation by weight, if you will. Then, like in the way that I think of us as being a part of the divine mind. So if all is mind, right, like, okay, let me backtrack why I believe we're all in a part of the divine mind. It's basis from the understanding that if God would create, or an entity as God would create, he wouldn't create, or she wouldn't create, or it wouldn't create, you know, how do I label that with my small human words? Wouldn't create in the way that we create when we take a tree and we turn it into furniture. It wouldn't create in the way that we can also create when we get to an opposite side of our sex, we come together and we procreate to make something new. So the only way that's left for creation is mental creation, creation of the mind, you know, to be able to imagine things and create vivid imagery within inside of the mind in such a way that that vivid imagery could even gain existence of its own. And in that understanding, I believe more that we're a part of divine mind than we are a part of a simulation, even though they could be seen as very similar in nature as well. What I don't believe is that we're a part of this contained system and there is this deity, humanesque God, a part of all of it, kind of looking away from it, meaning like, yes, this is the thing that I made. No, I don't think that at all. But even if that was the case, you would still have to be loved enough to have been made in the first place. So no matter how you slice it, you are infinitely valuable and infinitely loved. And you need to know that. You need to take it into yourself and believe it and feel it for yourself, friend, because that's the truth. You are awesome, bro. Your energy is something to appreciate for sure. Glad to see you doing well. Have a great day, Mel. I love you, Scorpio. Thank you, friend. Thank you for sharing this space with us. I hope you're doing well as well. Casey, Heather, thank you for joining us, my friend. How have you been? How have you been? Cyan Beauty, it's nice to see you as well again. It's been a long time. How have you been? What is dog name? Give him love from Puffy Cloud. I am a spiritual Native American. Much joy to you. Thank you so much, friend. I mean, I was giving that little pub love from all of us, friend. Thank you for sharing even more love, Left Cranberry. Surprise Pikachu face. Oh man, Toasty, how simultaneously exciting and nerve-wracking. If anyone can conquer that, it's you. I'm doing pretty well today. Happy to be back with you, friends. Happy to have you back. Edmund, thank you so much for being here with us again, my friend. Human body is the human body. No need to feel weird about that. Yeah, I'm not feeling weird about it as much as it's a focusing of an area of communication that is not something that is necessarily seen as critical. Maybe that's the word. Even though it can be, you know, just the exploration of ideas. To not shy away from the things. And that's why I still went into it, Toasty. Oh, Edmund, sorry, man. It's good to see your name in the chat. Oh, that's beautiful, Toasty. It's not even weird to talk about IMO. I'm happy that you feel that way, friend. I just want to be cognizant of you, friends. Like, first and foremost, you know. I don't want to be discussing any subject matter that you're going to be like, that's a yikes, dude. Please stop talking about that. You know, because then we're all going to be uncomfortable. I don't want that. Ouch, that's a difficult way to stop children from exploring their body. Yeah, they started with Kellogg's. I'm not even joking about this stuff. Go look it up, dude. Like, I'm being really serious. It started with Kellogg's. And then they went to more drastic measures. 18 minutes. Always expected time travel was real. Actually, I have a black cat now. Her name is Laggy, aka Lagertha. That's an interesting one. Well, it's you, Marcel, so I'm not that surprised. So yeah, you got Poppers, I got Kitten. The Labrador and the Lion. Yes, I've loved that, man. Thank you so much. Like, actually, I don't know if you saw this as well, Marcel, but did you see the little profile pic I had of Have? It's actually made by Toasty, the friend that is in chat right now as well. It is one of the most cherished gifts that I have. Hello, 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 you started. Hello, 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 hello. Als je maar boven durkies, als je moes. Als je moes, moes, moes. Als je moes, moes. Als je moes. Oh, she's simple. She's simple. She's simple, simple. Als je moes, dat. Anteater uncircumcised. That's so goodness. I'm a picture person. No, why? I did it. I was not supposed to ask, Casey. Damn it. I wasn't supposed to ask. Thank you for letting me know, though. I really do appreciate that. I think for some, the reason is still practice. It's to make hygiene easier as well, but who knows? I mean, it's not that hard, you know, like if you're taking showers daily, to have hygiene. You don't need to cut areas of your body off to keep them clean because you don't have proper goodness. Yeah, I understand, you know, back in the day, if you will, it could have had some hygienic properties because people weren't taking showers for weeks at a time. But, you know, in an age where we can take daily showers, even though that might change with water in the future, but let's not get into that trip right now. Yeah, you can still keep clean, fortunately. I think for some reason it's still I've read one because of the look of the appendage when uncircumcised. You think it's an aesthetic thing? It's better for please, please, my poor mind. I cannot survive too much of this. Where are you from? A sensitive thing too, I guess. But I've heard that's bullshit. But I don't know. I ain't no weenie doctor. I'm so glad to be here more often now. Wholesome fam. You're so appreciated as well, Talia. I hope you know that. Gloomy sunshine. Thank you for being here with us as well, friend. How are you feeling? How's life been treating you? I hope things are looking up. Dutch accent. Meer Afrikaanse accent. Maar Dutch en Afrikaans kan nog ons baie dieselfde klink. So, thank you for letting him know as well, Edmund. If I can ask an odd question, when you mentioned sugar, has anyone drank Dr. Pepper, the soda or pop, and had the experience where you can't get enough after drinking one? You feel the urge to just drink more and more. Dr. Pepper is probably my least favorite soda in existence, and I don't like soda at all, really. I've never had that happen to me personally, Heather. But that's weird. I mean, these sodas, like especially, I'm not sure, I think maybe Dr. Pepper has the same recipe in a way. Like Coke, let's just talk about Coke as the forerunner of that problem, is high in caffeine and sugar. Literally two things that we become addicted to. And yeah, that's just what soda is, 101. So I'm not surprised. Yeah, don't drink soda. Yeah. Water is going to serve you exponentially more than soda ever will. I completely agree. I know a couple of people who have experienced that, and keep in mind, they don't drink soda and pop on a regular basis, but they have tried a few, and only happens with Dr. Pepper. Maybe wherever you live, Casey, like they put some, like a sprinkle of heroin in your Dr. Pepper. Like there's actually a little Chinese restaurant, or was it Indonesian restaurant, that did that, and people just like frantically came back for their food because they were literally getting mild doses of heroin fixes from their food. Like, what a trip is that? And they got arrested for it, actually. What do you look like without your shirt? I'll have to sign up to my OnlyFans, friend. Please don't. I don't have one yet. But nudity has been banned on OnlyFans. Not actually. I just think certain explicit content has been banned. Man, we live in a weird world. I wonder how many people are employed by OnlyFans right now. I would love to know that number. I don't know if they have actually made that number public, if you will. No, I don't drink soda, so I've never had that happen, Casey. Yeah, I've also never had that experience. But we don't really have Dr. Pepper here in South Africa, so it might have something to do with that as well. Yeah, food and drink corporations are for profit, and they put in chemicals that make the users crave more. It's a part of natural and artificial flavors, ingredients listing. Oh, I wouldn't actually not believe that at all, Logan. That's really interesting. So they actually maybe put potential, in a way, addictive substances, and then just kind of hide it under the flavorings and natural and artificial flavoring section. Because technically they would be able to get away with it if the thing that you're tasting is the thing that's making you addicted. Because it wouldn't necessarily be, or they wouldn't necessarily have to take chemical credit for the things that's how it's affecting your body, as much as they just say, oh, you know, the reason we put this flavor in is because people like it. It tastes good to them. We didn't know it does all of these things to their bodies. I just see this like washing of the hands, like, oh no, we're completely innocent. Only time I drink soda is maybe some Sprite or ginger ale with my rum on occasion, or a root beer float. Other than that, I just don't enjoy soda at all. Also, just don't like caffeine. You don't like caffeine at all, so you also don't drink coffee, Edmund? And well, I talk about that. That's really interesting. Thanks for saying this. I avoid caffeine, and people think I'm weird. Well, we have another one, friend. I would like to hear more from you as well. Is it something that's been going on for long, or is it a decision that you made later on? Like, was it like you were kind of socially conditioned to drink caffeine, and then you were like, this is not really for me? You know the law that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. If the energy that makes up the person you are in this exact moment, the universe might just collapse because you are an important part of this giant collective of energy. Ooh, that is a trip. So in that explanation, technically yes. So if in a way you could just like kind of clip your entire body, mind, soul, if there is such a thing, you know, I'm saying this because I don't know, you know, that's the I don't know parentheses. Anyway, if you could just like be plane shifted out of this reality completely, there would be left this void that would, you know, either air would, like, I think obviously first and foremost air would rush to fill that void, and there might be a mini explosion in the void that you were, but that mini explosion might be amplified by the fact that your beingness is now lacking from this world, and your consciousness and maybe what we could consider a soul as well is now lacking from this world. And then what is initially an explosion from the return of pressure turns into like an explosion that destroys the entire universe. How sick would that be? I mean, or not sick. Technically, it would be very distressing. Distressed genes, what do you think? Thank you for joining us again, friend. How have you been? Was removed for one moment to the next. Would be a trip. Would be a real trip. Thank you for the wholesome, my friend. Thank you for the silver as well, Talia, mistress of prophecy. I appreciate your love, friend. Yeah, people don't understand my aversion either. I can't stand coffee, soda, or energy drinks, and I usually drink caffeine-free tea. Like, I mean, I have no aversion to you having aversion to it, at all, Edmund. I'm just curious how long it's been a thing. If it's something that you noticed, like, you had caffeine and then you had some sort of anxiety feelings attached to it, or it was something that made you feel nauseous, something that, like, was there extrinsic reasons to it? Because I would love to understand. I have to be heading off, friends. It's 10 AM and I need to get to work on my homework. Much love, everyone, and have a great day. You have a great day, Dry. Thank you, friend, for sharing this space with us. Good luck with your homework. Have you ever read anything from Christian Science? One of the quotes from the founder is, "Divine love always has met and always will meet every human need." Like, I mean, I haven't read Christian Science, but I do like that. Because, yes, you know, that's something I can believe. Divine love always has met and always will meet every human need. Right? Because you can't argue with that, technically. All humans have lived lives. Right? We can kind of like N of N. Humans live lives, yes. So, lives lived. And then needs have been produced. Like, and like the craziest part about it as well is there are lives in this existence that get dealt absolutely horrible circumstances. You know, being born into a body that at the age of 6 develops bone cancer, for example, or like blood cancer. I don't know the technical terms for those, but you know what I mean. Like, that is something so horrible, and yet it is an experience that without that experience would again in that same way leave this void in this reality. Like, we can't say this reality is infinite and kind of be in love with this idea of the infinite as well, while expecting only half of that infinite, you know. It is completely absurd. Much love to your further day, historian. Thank you for sharing the love as well. Hi there, Peachy. Thank you for joining us. How have you been? So, when your body craves sugar, it means your body wants more magnesium, chromium, and tryptophan in your diet. Definitely, it could be a B12 deficiency. Have your doctor run a full panel. Thank you for sharing that information as well, my friend. I didn't know there could be, micronutrient reasons for craving sugar as well. I knew there was microbiome reasons for craving sugar, but I didn't think of micronutrient reasons actually. Thank you for educating me, Gloomy Sunshine. The body seems pretty chill to me. Anatomy and health is pretty important, I think, very much so. I don't even get what people have with a pleasure is a taboo topic, like what the fuck, overindulgence isn't good, but sexuality is important. I completely agree, my friend. I feel the reason people are uncomfortable around discussing sexuality is because people kind of have an idea of their sexuality, and talking about other people's sexuality can instantly create this and that, me and them type of mentality, where you feel in some sort of way that, oh, this person has been experiencing these things sexually, and for some reason I am now insecure or inadequate in the face of all of these things that have happened to this other person, and it becomes this kind of mental game you play in yourself instead of it being just a conscious awareness of one another's experience. And I think that's why it's taboo. I literally think it's an egoic almost barrier, like because of the ego you can't really, because again, if you're completely stuck in the egoic understanding of life, everything has to kind of be about you. Like every experience, every communication, every back and forth has to have something in turn to do with you. Sexuality is something we all have in common, but when you talk about your own sexual experiences or your own sexual understanding of this world, be it your preferences or like in any way, gender or like kinks, for example, it's something that could be so uniquely true to you and your experience of life, and trying to communicate that to someone else that is completely stuck in their egoic understanding of life and how things are supposed to be can't necessarily relate with that, to the point where they don't want to relate with it. They don't want to be in that conversation. They don't want to share even the slightest understanding of the opposite sides of the sexuality. So yeah, maybe that's why Talia, I don't know, but that's what it feels like to me at least. Cute dog, she really is. Just the constructed stigma that you shouldn't talk about those things. Very much so, Edmund. Dogs are the best. Oh yes, they are. Kiki is such a freaking like heart melter as well. True, but people are lazy and gross. Yeah, that's also one of the other reasons. I don't drink soda as well. I do drink coffee, but have seen others craving soda after soda all day when we were together from morn till night. I wondered what was in that someone wanted 7 to 8 soda pops in one day. Sugar and caffeine, Casey, that's literally what's in it. So like if you want to understand really why soda is such a big problem as it is right now, is because we do still, like technically we have the exact same equipment when it comes to our humanness than humans had 10,000, 20,000 years ago as well. So literally the humans that were just barely learning how to put seeds in the ground and start to like raise crops are the same humans that now have access to these, plethora of resources like soda. So to a person like that 20,000 years ago, to be able to find like a fruit in the wild and be able to eat that fruit, their body is going to be like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, this is so much nutrients and so much calories, and it's so easy to digest, and like this thing tastes great, like I'm just eating it in a few bites and then calories gotten. Now instead of finding a fruit somewhere out in the wild, you can buy yourself a 6-pack of soda pops, and then you can go and pick one of these fruits that are literally liquidized calories, liquidized sugar, and caffeine, which also has a stimulative effect on your brain and your body. And then instead of it being this reward system as like, oh yes, do this thing because it's going to assure your survival because you have these calories in your body, it becomes that, except you don't need it for survival anymore. So it like literally hijacks your human systems. And the companies that sell these products know that, like, very much so. That's why they color the cans in the way they do. Like, there's so many layers of manipulation. The amount they spend on marketing alone is atrocious. Like, if the major companies stop marketing, you know, like if I want to drink a Coke, I know what the fuck a Coke is. I know what that is. I can go and get myself one. You don't have to show me this billboard of people smiling. Ooh, woo, these Cokes is so nice. No, damn it. I know what Coke is. Stop trying to sell me smiles. I'll get a Coke if I need one. And the point I'm trying to get at is if those companies just kind of redirected their marketing resources towards humanitarian, like, objectives, literally the world will just open up. Things will become so much better. And yet, money. We want more money. I'm shocking. It's shocking how many people still don't regularly bathe. How many people don't regularly bathe? Like, I don't know the statistics on that, dude. Yet, I saw the art. It's gorgeous. Well done, Toasty. Doing illustrations at the moment as well. Doing a caricature of one of my friends. Okay. I would love to see that as well, Marcel. That sounds amazing, man. I call that resistant dosing. Dosing? Restaurant dosing the soda to lure customers back. Yeah, so that's actually been something that's been proven as well. The reason why more and more of these fast food companies are making sodas bottomless is because sodas don't cost that much. Like, I think it's something like 25 cents for a liter of soda or something like that is the production cost of it. So they basically create this draw of being able to just drink soda this whole time, and then they hope that you end up buying, you know, some extra food items, and they make money on both. They make so much money. Like I think you have to drink something like 24 cups of soda to kind of justify the price that you pay for like a bottomless drink or something like that. So they're just like scooping no matter what. MSG. Does soda have MSG? No, I don't. MSG is something else. I think magnesium is a micronutrient, where MSG is a salt alternative. Good morning, Katie. Thank you for joining us. Do you know artificial vanilla flavor at least used to have some beaver butt secretions? I did know that, or at least I knew that. Yeah, that was a thing. I kind of learned. I think I learned it in hospitality class in grade 11. And I was like, excuse me, what? My teacher had like these little lavender stalks, proper lavender stalks in her classroom. And she was like, did you know, back in the day? I was like, why? Like, I wonder if they told people beforehand, or it was just like, try this. Taste kind of like vanilla. It's actually beaver butt excretions. Being like, dude, how dare you? And then, like, instead of it being just a prank, it became a product. I never drank coffee, always hated the taste and smell. My parents didn't give me soda except as a treat on occasion growing up, so I never really developed a taste for it. Hate the taste of energy drinks, and I have ADHD, so endless energy always. I feel that. I feel that so much, on top of the fact that it's like almost this chaotic energy. It's like having this center core super hot, and then it just kind of like arcs into different directions. Sometimes hard to direct that energy as well. I mean, it's part of it. Wait, hold up. Artificial vanilla is made from beaver secretions. I think it used to be. I don't think it is anymore, friend. Tea is the only time I have some caffeine, but I usually drink caffeine free anyways. I also hate the Southern sweet tea bullshit. I don't think I've had any of that, actually. Synthetically made, no, but yup, look it up. Yup. I used to consume so much caffeine because I love coffee and tea. but it stopped having a positive effect on my body. It exacerbated. Exacerbated. Why can't I read that word? It's just breaking my brain. Exuberated. Exaggerated. Is that how you say exaggerated? It made exaggerated. I'm guessing that's what the word is supposed to be. It exaggerated my anxiety instead. I still drink decaf coffee and tea though. Okay. So you still enjoy the flavors. You just don't enjoy the effects anymore. Now I'm curious as well, because I listened to this dude talk about going on like a month caffeine fast, and how caffeine, after the first time he had it, after that, or was it a month? I think it might have been like 6 months, something like that. After he had it, like after that extended period of not having it, he said the caffeine almost had a psychedelic effect on his being, which was also really curious. So have you had caffeine again in the meanwhile, and how long have you been caffeine abstinent? I'm curious, Lumi. Hey, Aunt B, thank you for joining us, my friend. How have you been? How's the Haywire Hill going? I hope things are well. How are the pups? How are the kittens? Have you found new homes for the pups yet? Are you still looking? Is it progressing? How are the new kids doing as well? Good morning, Aunt B. Okay, that's so nice. Always appreciate how Meld streams are always amazingly unpredictable. Where else in the world would I hear about anteaters and beaver butt secretions in one conversation? It kind of baffles me as well sometimes, Casey. And especially so, I feel almost intimidated by the question about what are these streams about. For that exact reason, I'm like, dude, sometimes these streams are about beaver butt excretions and freaking anteaters. So like, what can I say to you, man? It's not always about that, but it might be. A lot of food additives are nasty. Did you know Carmine Red is from beetles? I mean, I don't have that much of an aversion to the eating of bugs. And I know that sounds weird, like, and I don't eat bugs, but I do kind of see value in utilizing bugs as a means to generate protein from waste food that also use less water and surface area to be produced than like cattle, for example. Because technically we can make like these sort of cricket crops that we feed city food waste and use a lot less water, again, use a lot less surface area, so we can build in vertical buildings, so you can have this food hub in the middle of cities. You basically mature these bugs, I think you cool them down to the point where they lose consciousness, and then you grind them up in a fine powder. I'm sorry, that might be brutal. And then you can put that powder in bread, and it's protein bread then. You literally get a bunch of macronutrients, a bunch of like phytonutrients, I believe they're called as well. Like you get different metals and stuff from their shells as well. It's an overall very healthy protein source. Also has all of the omegas that you need as well. Have all of your amino acids. It's just a great protein source that you can put directly in bread, and it's almost indistinguishable. Like at least from what I've read, I haven't had any of it, but it's almost indistinguishable. So this is a means to take waste food, which is already something that is going to go to waste, right? Turn it into reusable protein that can also serve people. You know, literally being able to buy bread that is a little bit more protein rich could actually serve people in raising their protein uptake and can benefit their health. We're going to have to become creative if we're going to save this planet. I think that's maybe the point I'm trying to get at. Isn't that cool though? The fact that there are such wild uses for the most random things. Kind of crazy. I think so as well, actually. It inspires me even. I struggle with craving things and impulsivity in general, but I have a disorder that affects my hormones of hunger and satiety, stress and pleasure. Does it mess with your ghrelin? I think that's what the one is called, right? Might mess with your ghrelin hormones. So, Peachy, do you partake of marijuana having this condition as well? I'm really curious. Oh, sorry to hear of your issues, Peachy. How do you get along with that? I'm curious as well. Have you ever experimented with psychedelics? What is a psychedelics? What is that? Yeah, friend. I think it's amazing. So many brilliant people on this planet. It makes me so happy as well, friend. Sugar has almost the same effect on your brain as love and cocaine. Yep. It's actually something I mentioned a little bit earlier, friend. I'm happy you're saying the same. I'm sorry you have to deal with that. Fortunately, we get to deal with things as well. You know, the fact that we can, regardless of how difficult things become, to be able to deal with them and still, regardless of that, bring love and light into the world. That's, to me, one of the most inspiring parts about being a human. Yeah, sugars... Whoa. Sorry. Sugar activates the same part of the brain as cocaine. Crazy, huh? Yep. Yes, it should be regulated, very much so. At least... we should be educated properly. Like, I think maybe that's step one. Instead of regulation right off the bat, just education is going to be more important. The thing with unhealthy food is basically that our bodies still think we're short of food and wants us to get enough energy to survive, even though, at least in the countries we live, we have so much more than enough food. Perfectly put, Talia. And as you said as well, like, these junk foods basically lack essential micronutrients that your body craves as well from the food that you're eating. So it notices you eating, but it doesn't notice like the topping up, if you will, of these micronutrients that it's truly craving. So it's like, oh well, guess we need to eat some more to get those micronutrients that we're trying to find. And then it creates this toxic loop. Like, it has something to do with your insulin as well. Insulin opens up your cells, it absorbs the energy. If there is remaining insulin left inside of your bloodstream, that keeps those cells open, signals for the ghrelin hormone to upregulate your like hunger feelings. You eat something again, insulin gets released, and the cycle gets repeated over and over again. And that's, I believe, one of the big reasons as to why people can go for 8 soda pops, as they say in some places in the world, in a row. Have you seen the documentary about that? The sugar, that sugar film, I'm guessing? It's like yeah, I think I have, my friend. They only care about themselves, though. A lot of people do, but that doesn't mean we have to, friend. No, send link, please. I think if you just search that sugar film, you'll find it, friend. Thanks, it's definitely frustrating and hard, very much so. I don't know exact statistics, but I personally know of more than one person that don't bathe often, which is already a few too many. If I know that many, there's bound to be plenty more like them in the world. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But that is an N of 1. Edman. Java Brad, it's so nice to have you here, my friend. I mean, like, it's been 8 minutes since you sent your message, so I hope you're still sharing the space with us. But thank you so much for being here with us again. How have you been? Oh, Edmund knows as well. Talia is right. Our bodies consume all of that processed crap to survive. The best thing you can do for your body is run a full panel and find out what are your deficiencies in, and use a registered dietitian. Not everybody has access to that technology or the resources to do that, though, unfortunately, Gloomy Sunshine. I think just trying to eat a little bit more of a balanced diet, replacing 10% of the like junk calories that you might be consuming with something a little bit more natural, is already a step in the right direction. Instead of going for testing right away, if you will. Hugs, you can massage. Whoa. You, Hugs, you can massage me anytime if you need someone to message me anytime. If you need someone to vent to. Thank you so much for reaching that hand out as well, Gloomy. Sweet tea is basically sugar water with a slight hint of tea flavor. Nah, none of that. It's made with unclear amounts of sugar. Like, I know the Arizona iced tea is kind of like that, right? Like a very light flavor tea, if you will. Exacerbate. Thank you. Amplifies, makes worse. Thank you for helping my second language self. Exacerbate. It exacerbates the problem. Exacerbates? I was just saying it incorrectly. Thank you, friend. Dipping in some meltisms. Thank you for joining us. It's so nice to have you here, Mammy. How have you been, my friend? How is Dublin? Is it still I think it was 24 degrees Celsius. Was it? 18 degrees Celsius the last time you mentioned. Like, I mean, it's only gonna get colder, right? I'm mildly jealous. Like, I feel for some reason in Ireland your temperature stays kind of stable, right? The strategy of marketing companies is crazy. They make it look so pleasurable to have herpes and erectile dysfunction. Like, damn, the people on TV look happier than I am. Yeah, again, like it's so funny. Like, I love that actually stint of memes that went through where they were showing this picture or this like list of possible side effects, like, and the bottom one like possibly death, and then the people in the ad, and then it's just this like people like absolutely vibing to life. Like, yeah, this drug has just literally changed everything for me. I can now finally breathe easily, and it's just so backwards. It's like drug companies. Like, it's crazy to me that drug companies especially can market and can have adverts on TV, but they don't allow CBD to do the same. The stream just ended. We are theoretically past our time where we usually finish the stream. So I feel maybe, if anything, this is the Arpan overlords deciding for us. Friends, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing the space with me. I always appreciate your time. I hope to see you again tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.